Hey guys, and welcome back to Brexit. Brexit England, Northern Ireland, and Eastern Europe. And in Brexit England, it seems that Sadik Khan has lost his mind. I'll say to Sadik Khan, Sadiq, you can call me far right. You can call me an anti-vaxxer. You can even call me a Nazi, but don't call me a conservative. How very dare you? This man's going around calling people conservatives because they're complaining about the ULEZ. After he had already bought the cameras before the consultation. Completely ignored the consultation. This is a Labour mayor. In the same way, yeah, that we always think, oh, but a lot of times the Labour Party are on our side, and they're the people who really do stuff to hurt us proper. Ken Livingstone, remember, Ken Livingstone was the one who brought in the congestion charge in the first place. I know Boris Johnson brought in the first part of the ULEZ, but Ken Livingstone originally started all of this, right, with the congestion charge, right? And now, on top of everything else that we've got in this country, and believe me, yeah, the people of this country is under some real pressure as it is, because apparently, our utilities are going up again next month. So with everything that we've already got in this country, right, this man is imposing this upon us, right? Even though, right, the consultation said, no, we don't want this, but he's just going ahead and he's just forcing it through. It is coming in, in quite a few towns and cities across this country. Do you know what I mean? So it's not as if to say, it's just in London. It's like it's London centric. It's not at all, right? But just the mere fact, right, that they haven't got the infrastructure set up for everyone to be driving an electric car anyway. Electric cars are so damn expensive, right? They want to give people something like £2,000, right, scrappage for their car. Well, their car's worth more than that, right? £2,000, and then they expect you to go and take out a loan to go and pay for a new car. People that are driving vans, they've got to because vans are not, vans are going to be much, much more expensive, especially if you have to go and buy yourself a new electric van. And that's what they expect from the scrappage scheme, yeah? You can't go and buy yourself a second-hand vehicle. They expect you to go out and get yourself a new, especially when it comes to vans. They expect you to go out and get yourself an electric van. That's what they expect, right? So it's just really, for me, it's really disgusting the way how Sadik Khan, right, is managing to force this through upon us, right? When the people of the country don't really want it. We have a problem with emissions. I'm going to be the first to admit that, right? But this is a blunt tool, right? And there's no way they should be able to use this on us because it's just far too blunt. And people that haven't got the money to pay, what the hell are they supposed to do? How are they supposed to get about? You got people now saying, well, I won't be able to take my children to school. You've got people who their children might go to 3 different schools and stuff like that. Not journeys you can do on a bus, right? Or a plumber or a builder, right? They don't really carry tools that you can travel with on the underground. Right. So all of these people are going to be highly affected, right? And Sadik Khan, I don't know, but I think the next on the next election, the next mayoral election, I think the Conservative candidate is just probably going to say, well, you know what, I will scrap the ULEZ. Because when you think about it, right, in 2030, I'm sure that a lot of these vehicles are not going to be allowed on the road anyway in 2030. So we're not that far off it. So you have to wonder, why the hell is all this rush to try and bring in this unfair, right, and the most controversial tax this country has seen since the poll tax? And welcome back to By Any Means Necessary. Thank you so much for all your messages. And a special thanks to everybody who signed up to my channel. I feel so blessed with so much people that signed up. So thank you so much for that. I'll go for all your messages. I'll answer as many as I can, but I will like all your messages for that. And we're going to start off quickly in America, yeah, because I don't know if you've been watching these the Fox hearings where you got Rupert Murdoch, Lachlan Murdoch, and all the Fox executives have just literally gone to these hearings and just told the truth. And I mean, the truth is really, it's just kind of ugly what these guys have been doing to their to their viewers. These guys, the lies is second to none. You've got to watch it, or just read a little bit about it, just to see the stuff what is coming out, right? And it just goes to show you how thick MAGA is. It goes to show you how thick the far right are. Oh, you said with the far right, yeah, they've got their program, and their program is racism. That's it. And but then you've got people who claim to be MAGA, who claim that they're not, that they're nothing to do with all the racism and all, the Jews will not replace us, and you will not replace us, and all this type of nonsense, right? But if you hear, right, the way how Fox News treats these people, personally, yeah, I would step away if I knew that people was manipulating me in this way, because these people are being manipulated. They're being groomed. I think that's the right term. These people are being groomed by Fox. And then, you had the other hearings, yeah, because, these are sort of linked, right? Because when you had the Twitter hearings, right, and you had all the Twitter executives there, what happened, right, is the Republicans believe, well, because we do something, everybody is like us. We're all the same. So they was just expecting the Twitter executives to come out and say, yeah, well, these people's contacting us and telling us to do this. And said the Twitter executives said, no, the people who was contacting us was the Trump camp, was constantly contacting us about tweets. In fact, yeah, John Legend's wife called Donald Trump a pussy ass bitch, and Donald Trump got in contact with Twitter to ask them to take it down. But anyway, let's move back over here, because we're still on small boats. And the Home Secretary, Cruella de Braverman, right, the wickedest woman in this country. I was going to say wickedest, the Wicked Witch of the East. She's the Wicked Witch of the United Kingdom. But she's decided that she's going to start using language as invasions, and talk about there's 100 million people displaced around the world, and they could all 100 million people in the world don't want to come here. In fact, right, Britain, right, when it comes down to it, in the great scheme of things, right, Britain is the 17th destination in Europe for migrants. We're 17th. Right, that's where we are, 17th or 18th. Right, these people think, oh well, everybody wants to come. No, everyone wants to come here. Right, there's 17 countries in front of us that people would prefer to go to. Right, imagine if your wife or your husband said, well, you was the the 18th person that I asked to marry me. The 18th. Everybody else said no, and you finally said yes. 18th person, so you 18th in line. Well, actually, you was like 17th in line. Well, no, you was 18th in line, but you was 17th, but the person that was ahead of you, they died, so I had to go with you. Imagine, so the whole invasion, because that's what she's starting, and this is the reason why, yeah, I've always said that black and Asian politicians are so dangerous when it comes to those Tory black and Asian politicians, because they can say the type of stuff, yeah, that a white politician wouldn't even dream of saying, wouldn't think about it. But Suella Braverman in the House of Parliament yesterday, she was using all the different sorts of language, right? And today there's a little pickup on it about the invasion and that. But remember when David Cameron said swarm, the difference, right? Massive difference, right? Now Suella Braverman says it, because she is Asian, she can get away with it. She can get away with all of this type of language, right? And This is why the Tories have decided, you know what, our front bench, we think if we push all the Asians to the front bench, right, then they can do all the dirty, disgusting, dirty work for us, right? And we can just sit at the back, right, and just say, oh, we could pretend, it's not really that good, but we're going to vote for it. Of course they're going to vote for it, because this is the type of stuff that they've always wanted to do. It's like these little boats, yeah, are so convenient for the Tories. It's just like, as if to say that they've done the shit on purpose. My friends, this is By Any Means Necessary. I am the MC John Ribbs. It was really nice to speak to you guys. Comments below.